Hey guys, Frank Rooster here. I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to take some time and talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, I am not primarily a Call of Duty player, and I haven't actually played all of the releases, but I was very much a fan of Modern Warfare 2019. At heart, I consider myself a Battlefield player, or to be more specific, an objective-focused player. I know I'm not really good enough to have, constantly high KDs, kill streaks coming in everywhere, which is really why I focus on objectives, teamwork, and I use score streaks instead. In Modern Warfare 2019, I pretty much exclusively played Hardpoint. I really enjoyed the map focused on a single point. It meant that you had to work through flanks to get objectives captured. Sometimes this meant I wasn't doing particularly well in the kill count, but I mostly ended up near the top of leaderboards for score, and with more captures and defends than both teams combined sometimes. This is not to say there's anything wrong with going for kills and showing off your skills, but for me that's not where my enjoyment comes from. It comes from wins and points. Now, moving into Modern Warfare 2, I was a bit nervous, to be honest. I hadn't played Warzone for a very long time, and I hadn't touched Modern Warfare 2019 in many years, so I was fully ready to be domed by every sweatlord from here to LA. However, what I found was a Call of Duty I finally understood. A Call of Duty that wasn't all quick scope, full sprint, 360, slide cancelling 13-year-olds. I found a Call of Duty that was slower, slightly more methodical, and with its own set of challenges. As someone who likes to play new FPSs for new mechanics and basically to try and compete against myself, I found this very appealing. After playing a few rounds in the available modes, I found the one that I couldn't stop playing: Headquarters. Headquarters, of course, isn't a brand new mode for the franchise or anything, but it really suits me and it really suits this game very well. The often tug-of-war nature of each match is incredibly enjoyable. I've been and seen teams that are getting completely ruined only to rally and come back later on in the match. The length of these matches on average is about 15 to 20 minutes, so there is plenty of time for the nature of the game to change. The slightly slower pacing is really fantastic for this, and you have to be a lot more careful about how you navigate to objectives and how you defend objectives. Now, there are a lot of people that view this as a slightly more campy Call of Duty. I would say that if you're playing methodically and slowly, you don't need to camp in one spot, you should still be moving around the map. So when you're looking at defending objectives in Headquarters, you need to build a defensive area and deny entry to the other team. Especially because once you've captured a point, the whole team has one life to defend it. Similarly, on the flip side, if you're attacking a captured point, you have to be careful before you have to be quick when it comes to clearing rooms and getting to the headquarters to disable it and stop the point cap. Even something as simple as approaching from two angles can make a difference. You can create teamwork even if, Call of Duty hasn't been known for its teamwork elements. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast really is the sort of mentality you need to have when you're approaching Headquarters, and it's a game mode I've really enjoyed playing. As you can probably tell though from the gameplay, I'm not an MLG pro. I am pretty average, but I am getting a lot of my satisfaction from running these objectives, both attacking and defending, and just having a lot more fun. When you care slightly less about your kill-death ratio and focus on points and caps, it can elevate a lot of the stress and a lot of the sweat that a lot of people are experiencing with this game. I also find Headquarters is really a great way to learn how you are playing. And what I mean by that is that you can take each encounter that you win or lose, and you can sit and you can think about it, what could I do differently? But that same logic can also apply particularly with the movement around the map. How do you move around a map in Headquarters to find an objective and to find that you're doing it advantageously? How do you clear one room and transition to another? All this sort of thing I think is really building upon the movement that we're going to see probably in Warzone 2. We're probably going to see a slightly shifting meta game, if you like. Now, I did play a little bit of Warzone 1 with some friends and really enjoyed my experience there. So I'm hoping to see how the new multiplayer dynamic and things like that are going to work in the new Warzone. I will say overall, if I can give you a piece of advice, again, I'm not a pro player, I'm fairly average, but what I have discovered is that, slowing down in this game is 100% worth it, and you will notice a marked difference in your gameplay if you take the time to move a little bit more methodically, checking corners and doorways. You don't need to full send across the whole map, you don't need to be running at full speed. the slower you are, the more likely you are to detect footsteps of the people that haven't quite figured out that you shouldn't be sprinting everywhere, because you can hear them coming. And the footsteps are fairly clear in this game, particularly compared to the previous iteration of Modern Warfare, so you can take full advantage of that. There's also, the minimap has a new role. Obviously the minimap will indicate where players are. If someone's, deployed a UAV, if you're firing, you'll show up on the compass at the top. A lot of people don't realize that, but when you fire your weapon, you show up at the top of the compass for people, so that gives them a direction on to, find you. And there have been some tests with suppressors, which are kind of interesting, that sometimes you'll still show up on the map or whatever. So situational awareness, not just what's going on in front of you, but your UI as well, the mini-map and the compass and things are really useful. But it is really fun game mode to sort of get into as well. If you've tried Headquarters, you might see what I'm saying. If you haven't, it is very much worth it. I suppose it does ultimately depend on what your playstyle is. If you're a little bit more aggressive and you want shorter matches, maybe, domination, kill confirmed, hardpoint are probably the way to go. As someone that focuses on objectives, though, I think this is the best of the bunch, to be honest. If you have tried Headquarters, let me know in the comments below, and what are your experiences like with the game so far? Have you had to adapt your playstyle at all? Are there any tips that you'd give new players that are either new to Call of Duty or to this game in general? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I probably will be featuring some more Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 when that comes out on the channel, so I'm looking forward to getting into that and playing around a little bit. There probably will be videos similar to my Overwatch video, in terms of having friends with me as well and sort of playing through and seeing how we get on. But give me a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, I'll see you guys in the next one.